G'day, Harry Houdini here, and we're going to do a review. It's only going to be a little one because it's only a little kit, but this is the Skyhawk that I am going to build for the In the Navy group build with scale model appreciation, and I appreciate that, yes. Now, it's my first GB. Yeah, you wouldn't know it, but I'm a GB virgin. Yes, I know. Put the kiddies to bed. I'm being R-rated again. Okay, look. Let's have a look and see what you get for your entire 20 bucks. Now, I told the story last time, but I'll do it this time. The GB was announced about a month ago, and I got excited. First plane in 40 years. Everyone was sort of saying, do something in the Navy. I looked up Australia, I looked up funny planes, something unusual, and I found this picture that I'm going to show you at the end of a Skyhawk on an Australian submarine. I kid you not, I was so excited. I said, that's the plane for me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some bloody, flying kangaroos on it, and it's going to be an Aussie plane. So that's how it all started. And I went down to the hobby shop, and I had a look, and there were two. There was this one, and this is the Airfix one, and there was a Tamiya one. Now, I haven't been a big fan of Tamiya. I really have yet to build a kit that's half decent. Although I do have the Matilda that was recommended to me by Timothy Bishop, and that looks like a really good kit. I've opened that up and had a look at. I'll review that another day. I think that's going to be good. But anyhow, my other Tamiya kits, ordinary, expensive, and ordinary. Anyhow, this sucker, it was about $25 or something, on the shelf, and the Tamiya one was about 22, so I didn't know. I got on the phone and tried to contact the group, and no one was available. Everyone was sleeping, time zone problem. Us wombats down in Australia, we were wide awake, and all you buggers up there were in nocturnal mode. Okay, so I went to the checkout, and a little young whippersnapper there, I said, matey, which one of these two would be the better one? He said, I don't know, I don't build models. I thought, what the bloody hell are you doing in a hobby shop? You're drongo! Talked about drongos before. He was a drongo. Anyhow, I ummed and erred and looked and said, well, the boxes are all sealed up. And he said, I'll open the Airfix one for you. So he got his knife out, snapped open this kit, quickly showed me the sprues, although they were in the bags, and the parts are crisp and beautiful. Now, I checked on ScaleMates in the shop, and this was a recent kit, only about a couple of years old. I wasn't sure it was a rebox because I've heard some dreadful stories of Airfix reboxing some old models and trying to palm them off, which is a similar sort of thing that Tamiya does. More about Tamiya another day. But anyhow, look, it's really nice. I don't know how close we can go and what you can see, but look at the panel lights. They're all nicely etched to mark, and look at the crispness of those parts. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I've been building tanks lately and battleships, so I have limited knowledge on what planes should be like now. I mean, I used to put them on lay-by at my newsagent, the old Airfix bags, and 20 cents a week until after 5 weeks I'd finally paid off the $1 bag and took my Airfix kit home and was so excited, And then I'd smear glue all over it from one end to the other and put it together, and I didn't paint them. Eventually I got paints, and well, they were the old Humbrol little tins. I used to flick them open and the bloody paint would go all over the carpet, and yeah, it was a challenge. And anyhow, I got better at painting as the years went along, and I built a lot of Airfix kits, built a lot of planes, built a lot of Spitfires and Lancaster bombers and all kinds of things, and lots of battleships. And I had a ball. And then, in adult life, you kind of get distracted by things like marriage and children and a career. All those stupid things, not really important. Well, they might be to you. They weren't to me. So now I'm a bachelor again. Yay! No ball and chain. And, who'd have me, quite frankly? You've seen the videos. Who'd put up with this idiot? So anyhow, look, there's, I don't know how much is showing up, but there's lots of little bloody detailing bits and pieces on this. Can you see it? It is damn bloody bonza beautiful. It's okay. It's really okay. There are all kinds of little things there. Look, I don't know, I'd have to bone up. I've sort of watched a few videos and learned a few things about aircraft, but you know, I used to just glue them together. I mean, look at these big suckers here. Sort of look like bombs, but I think they're actually fuel pods. Pity, they make really nice bombs. But there you go. There's some things here that probably are rockety type things. We'll find out. It'll be a journey, and I'll really enjoy this. And I've got some Edward photo etch coming. Yes, you know I love Edward. I do. So we've got some Edward photo etch coming. There's cockpits. And I'm not going to take it out of the bag, but it looks good. I mean, I don't know about magnification and clarity and everything, but hey, look, it looks good. And it's going to be fine. It's going to be really good. So there you go. Now there's a decal sheet, which I probably won't use. I may use some of it, because I have on order an RAN decal sheet. So instead of stars and stripes, we have kangaroos and dots. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a kangaroo plane, and she is going to be on top of a submarine. That's what they apparently did. They attempted to launch these guys using a diesel catapult and shoot them in the air. Now, instructions, usual sort of Airfix fare, fairly simple, fairly clear, nothing like that, you know, nothing complicated. They give you all the usual sort of do's and don'ts. Don't start World War III, you know, do not blow up your neighbours, that sort of stuff. Yeah, we all know that. Do they give you a little history? Oh, yes, they do. They do a little blurb, you know, yep, you can read that. And there's pictures. You get some schemes. Of course, I'm going to ignore all this completely because mine is going to be the Australian Navy version, the RAN version, which is sort of similar to this one. It's a bit greyish, a bit grey and white, and it's like that. But as I said, no stars and stripes. There will be kangaroos in rondelles, and that's how she'll look. If I can, I'll snap some pictures on the end of this. I think I've got some photos on the iPad. And for those of you that don't know, I shoot all my videos on an iPad, amazingly, in high definition. You know, I mean, I worked in television for years. I was actually a commercial director, and we had $100,000 cameras that we used to have to lug around that weighed a bloody ton, and you know, and batteries and all kinds of things. And then we had, you know, $1,000, $100,000 edit suites. We have to do everything together. I've got, you know, iPad. It's worth a few $100. Shoots high definition, beautiful and clear. I've got a little stand I got from IKEA that it's sitting on. That's why it's in the air. Hello. Technology these days is amazing what we can do. So yeah, shoot it on the iPad. App cost me $5. I mean, Premiere and what do I use? Final Cut on the Mac when I was editing TV commercials. You know, hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of bloody software. No, $5. App, bang it together. Royalty-free music. Shoot it up to YouTube. You know, free storage, gigas of bytes. It's just amazing compared to what I did. And you know, I started in television in what's called telecine, and telecine is film, and I learnt to thread projectors, and everything was manual. We used to have commercials running to air, and in between, like the film would go to a break, and we'd roll the commercials on some 2-inch tape, would you believe? And I'd have to run into the projection room, and I would have 25 seconds until I had to push the button for the next roll, 5-second roll, for the second commercial. So in 25 seconds I'd have to run to the projector and try and fast forward it to where the film was going to start. Then I'd have to run back, push the start button, so I had a 5-second roll, switch the next commercial, run back into the projection romm. I kid you not, this is what we did. And if the film broke, I would have to splice it. Now, I got to the point I could splice a 35mm film, I think it was, in 15 seconds. And you had to. That's what you had to do. You have to get it out, cut it, splice it, put it back together, and you would get the film, the movie back on air after 2 or 3 or 4 commercials. And that's what we did. Now, you guys, you don't know you're born. It's all push button and digital and, you know, look, all the fun's gone out of it. I don't know. Actually, I'm having a lot of fun doing this because the technology is so available and it's so easy. But I do have that background. So if you wonder why I've got all sort of cuts and tails and things, and maybe I kind of look a bit polished, or maybe I don't. Maybe I look a bit horrible. I don't know. But anyhow, I do have a background working in broadcast television. So there you go. Anyhow, it's not much of a review. What do you expect? I'm just a dumb Aussie. I haven't built a plane in 40 years. The build will be more exciting. But this is a really nice kit, and everyone else has recommended it. There's other really good reviews out there. So watch them. They know what they're talking about. Not me. I've got a bloody clue. You should know that by now. But this looks really good. It's only got 70 odd parts. It looks really easy. And a bit of photo etch coming, submarine happening, oh yes. And I can do a sea diorama. It's okay, I boned up on that because I've got a sea diorama coming for Grush Bay, if you've seen a previous video of mine. So there you go. Very simple little review. It's basically more a up-to-date, you know what I mean? Okay, there you go. Enough waffling from Harry Houdini. My cat's on the roof. I've got to go outside and get the little bastard down. Ah, yeah, whiskers. I tell you, it never rains, it pours out here. Anyhow, that is my Skyhawk, and I'm going to sign off from Australia, and I'll see you next time. It's Huru from Harry Houdini. And here's that submarine. As you can see, it can be launched off that, and there's a beautiful looking Australian Navy A4, and oh look, you know, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be great to build, and oh, I've run out of time to sing Roll Sing Matilda. Bugger it. Bye everybody. There is time. No, there isn't. Look, it's finished. Goodbye.